Hello and welcome this evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. This is going to be a pretty personal live tonight. And again, for those of you just tuning in, my name is Dr. Brenda Roach, but you can call me Brenda because it's just much easier. And if you're catching this live, let me know if you're getting some value from it. Put it down below. If you're catching this on a replay, put hashtag replay. Hey, buddy, glad you joined me. And so again, this evening I'm really going to be talking about some pretty personal stuff in regards to my life. Hey, Jolene, glad you're watching. And also, really starting a series on how to put yourself at the top of the list. And so really getting into how do we look at our priorities in our life, where we're at, what we're doing, and what we need to do to maybe readjust our priorities. And so, over the past year, and I might get emotional during this one, so I apologize if that makes people uncomfortable, but I guess you're just going to have to deal with that because that's me. So again, if you're just catching this, my name is Dr. Brenda Roach. You can call me Brenda. Hey, Steve, glad you joined me. And, this past year has really taught me, things about myself. Hey, Lisa, that, have not been easy to really accept or to really look at. When looking at my life, I'm very, very grateful for many things. I had an amazing upbringing with two parents. Hey, Katrina, that were together for 49 years. And hey, Steve, and we're together, for 49 years. They just celebrated their 49th anniversary 2 days before my dad passed unexpectedly. And, I was in sports year round. My siblings were in sports. Hey, Candace. And we had a lot of events that we were in. And even though my parents worked really, really long hours, they never missed an event. They really had those priorities in place. They encouraged me. They told me I could be whatever I wanted to be. And I would argue with my dad a little bit on that one because I couldn't be the president of the United States because I was born in Canada and I was a naturalized U.S. citizen. So I got him on that one. But, they always encouraged me and told me, hey, Kelsey, that I could be whatever I wanted to be. So I'm so grateful, for the upbringing I had, which a lot of people that I work with didn't have that opportunity to have. They pushed me to be the best that I could be. I got the opportunity to go to college, not only once, but got to go back to college as an adult later on in life, with the support of my husband and my parents and my family to get a PhD in clinical psychology with a specialty in neuropsychology. And I love what I do. It's taken me in a lot of places. I love helping people, whether that's through therapy, whether that's through neuropsych assessments or program evaluation, working with families with addictions, working with foster, adoptive, and birth families, helping families, get their children's needs, educational needs met. So I've had so many opportunities that I'm so grateful for. However, this past year has really been an eye-opener to me as well, when I've really had to take a closer look at how I've been living my life. Despite what it might look like on the outside as a lot of success, when I really look at it, I haven't really been truly happy. My work is stressful and the hours are really long and hard. I've been putting in, hey, Terry, hey, Skylar, I've been putting in, about 110 hours a week in work for well over 5 to 6 years. I'm not getting any younger. My life has just really felt like one long work day after another with very little else in between. I've been really consumed by the work, getting the work done, pleasing other people, helping others that, that I never really have lifted my head up from my desk long enough to see what I was doing to my own life. And now I'm really starting to notice that. And so I just really wanted to get real with you all tonight in regards to life balance and what we need to do in order to keep our life in better balance. All my time and energy has been spent on the needs of others. And while I would not change that for the people that I've been able to help, it really has been at the expense of my family. I've missed a lot of my grandkids' events over the last year and a half. I've missed time with my husband. I've missed time going home to see my mom and my family. Whew. I didn't know I was going to get quite so emotional. So I've really realized I need to slow down and take an honest look at my life. Hey, Barry. Hey, Jeff. And start asking myself what I want and how to get my life in a better priority, get it in a balance, and really look at what those priorities are and still being able to help people. And that's really what I've been looking at. I have a plan. I'm not there yet. So I ask my friends and family to be patient with me a little bit longer while I continue working on the plan to have a much better balanced life. You know, many people will experience personal crises in their life. Maybe a sudden death of a family member, a flood or a fire that ruins their home or possessions, a diagnosis of a life-threatening illness. With many people I'm working with have that and that I know are dealing with that right now. And once you've been through that, it's never the same. It changes you on a very, very deep level. But one of the gifts of surviving a personal crisis gives you that motivation to really reevaluate your life and take note of what really matters. Your perception changes, and you really find yourself asking some important questions. And these are the really important questions I've been asking myself over, the last 6 to 7 months, and really about a year. Am I really happy? Where do I feel truly satisfied at? What do I want out of my life? I'm not getting any younger. And what changes do I need to make to get there? And so I've been putting that plan in place over the last year, and I'm getting closer, but again, not quite there yet. I have some obligations that I need to take care of in order for my plan to take full action. But I love it that my plan involves still being able to help people, but having more time freedom and the ability to do that on my own time and not have to be working 110 hours a week. So I've made that decision to make some of those changes in my life and find a better balance. And I'd like to share some of those steps with you. And maybe some of you are in the same boat. Hey, Lois. And I'd like for you to go on this journey with me. So over the next several months, I'm going to be every Thursday evening at 7:30 Mountain Standard Time. I'm going to come on and talk about steps that you can do to really get your life into a better balance. And hopefully you all can take these steps along with me and we can do this journey together. So the first thing is really getting to know you. One of the most important aspects of self-care begins with reestablishing that relationship with yourself, becoming familiar with your needs and desires, essentially getting to know you. And when I'm looking at that and I think about that with myself, I really have not known myself for a long time. Since most of us spend far too much time on the needs of others, we lose kind of touch with the most important relationship of all, and that's the relationship with ourselves. How do we reestablish that relationship? And that's really what I'm going to be talking about over the next several months. Again, I hope you're finding some value in this. I hope you'll join me on this journey over the next several months as well. So I'm going to talk about step 1 tonight. And step 1 is really taking action. And the first thing is to start a journal. And I know not everyone likes to journal. They don't feel comfortable with journaling. But I really encourage you to look at it. I'm going to talk about that. It doesn't have to be perfect. There's nothing that has to be exact about a journal. It's your life. It's your experiences. So once you start, find something that you really like. That's, a journal that you like, not just any notebook. But if any notebook works for you, that's okay too. And once you start writing, just write continuously without stopping. Put the focus on filling up the page, not writing the perfect text. Don't get caught up in the perfection, because you'll really lose that experience. Make mistakes. Don't bother crossing all your T's and, dotting your I's. Just keep writing. By writing nonstop, you'll really soon uncover the thoughts and feelings that you may have been unaware of. That's how journal writing really becomes an adventure. And so if that doesn't work for you, let your inner critic start writing for a while. This is what I did. I started this last evening, by the way. Start writing what you hear in your head. Let your critic run free with its dialogue that this is a waste of time, or that last line was stupid, or you're not doing this right. Pretty soon you'll find that the inner critic gets tired and you're able to go back to your original writing. Before you know it, your journal becomes a trusted companion. If your life is busy, like most of ours are, and full of commitments, don't expect to write long passages every day. Give yourself a break. Give yourself some grace. Until you start clearing your plate, or you start clearing your plate, allow yourself to write a paragraph or two when you have a spare moment. Remember, we're going for progress and not perfection. If you live with others, let them know, of course, that your journal is private and for your eyes only. If there's any question about whether privacy will be honored, I recommend you find a really safe place to secure the journal. This way you won't be tempted to censor what you're writing. You really want to be able to just write whatever your thoughts, whatever things comes to your mind. Later on, journal writing really will give you a wonderful chance to look back over your life and see how you've grown. Journals become filled with richness of your life experience, the pain and the pleasure, significant events, the questioning and searching of meaning. That was mine last evening as I was getting ready to do this. All influences who you are. To get your journal started, you can choose, you can just start writing, or you could choose one of these sentences and maybe spend some time writing one of these. So here they go. The 10 things I'm most grateful for are ... What I love most about myself is ... The idea of keeping a journal feels ... My most secret desire is ... I'm most afraid of ... Or the changes that would move me forward in my life are ... So I hope you found some value in this. This is just the first step of what we can do to really look at our lives and get them into balance. And again, I want to make a public apology to my friends and family for not having a balanced life over the last several years, and make a public commitment to doing everything I can to get my life into a better balance. And I'm glad that I have the support that I do. I'm very fortunate in my life. I've been very fortunate in my life. And I'm glad you all are going on this journey with me. And so we'll be doing this again for the next several months. Each week we come on, we'll give an assignment, and we'll talk about different little steps that you can do to really take back your life and to try and put your life into better balance. Again, I hope you found value in this. If you did, give me some thumbs up. Let me know. If you think this will be helpful for other people, please share it and encourage them to join every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And again, I want to thank you all for allowing me to share some of my thoughts with you this evening and over the next several months. So thank you so much, and you all have a great evening, afternoon, or morning, wherever you're at, and happy Valentine's Day. It's a great day to kick off a new life. So thank you again, and I will talk to you next Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Thank you.